What's going on, y'all? This is Brandon the Provider.
This is Tevin Facey, man.
And this is the Millionaire Essentials podcast where everything's essential.
Yes, sir. And the Funding Poppy's here. I know what it is.
Of course, the Funding Poppy.
Of course, you know
How you doing, Funding Poppy?
I'm good, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing this evening? I don't like the way that he's addressing me as the Funding Poppy. I don't think you should address me. That's for...
You call yourself the Funding Poppy.
I think that's for the...
So I'm addressing you as such.
That's for the ladies. The ladies can call me the Funding Poppy.
So you think this is an all-woman audience?
No, but I don't...
There will be some males out there calling you Funding Poppy, and you should be comfortable with that. Just so you know.
Hi, everybody, men and women. I am the Funding Poppy. It's fine. Y'all can address me as such.
Male and female.
Male and female.
So what's going on, man? What's going on today? How you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, it was a long weekend, but I'm good. I'm here.
You was kind of stressed out this weekend, man.
I was. I called.
You needed a Snickers, bro. You needed a Snickers, man.
I was aggressive this weekend, but you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes, you know, you gotta let stress out.
You know why it was a great weekend? We had a lot of great results with a lot of our mentees, a lot of our clients.
This is true.
In case you guys don't know, Millionaire Essentials, we have a mentorship where we teach you how to access capital and how to scale and fund your business. And we also teach you how to become a funded company. How do you fund businesses and companies? That's the same thing, right? Businesses and companies.
Yeah, like he said, for businesses and companies, but not only that, right? You know, we're just really teaching people how they can run and structure their business as well, right? Because you know, just with us being entrepreneurs, starting businesses, having other investments and ventures that we're in, it also, you know, instills in us the principles that we need for our other businesses as well as for yourselves, right? So, like he said, we did have a lot of great results. Had a lot of great results this week. One of them was actually one of our mentees that actually joined. Two weeks ago he joined, and then the week right after watching the videos, we're starting the live calls and things like that. But after watching the videos that he actually got in on, he was able to get $100,000 in funding for his client.
And that's what we're talking about, taking actionable steps. So a lot of issues, the reason why me and Tevin started this, especially in our community, we find that there's a lack of capital or it's hard to get access to capital, right?
Yep.
So we came together knowing the knowledge that what we've been able to do, and now knowing how we could teach people, we're showing people how to get access to capital to build and fund their businesses, to scale their businesses. There's a lot of banks out there that a lot of people don't realize it's easier than they thought to get access to capital, especially for new businesses and especially for businesses that's not even making money if you just leverage your personal credit.
Right. So I think we should talk about it, right? So with him getting $100,000, right, he was able to get that through a series of banks and a series of something called credit card stacking, right? With credit card stacking is basically you're going ahead and applying for multiple different credit cards based upon your good personal credit because you are personally guaranteeing with that bank, right? Brandon, what does personally guaranteeing mean?
Personal guarantee is when you're applying for credit, like a loan, a line of credit, a credit card, and you're personally backing it based on your personal credit score. So if you default, they will come after you for the debt. That's personally guaranteeing. Personally guaranteeing is the fastest way to get high amounts of capital. So when you personally guarantee on the business side, it does not report to your personal profile. So for example,
depending on the bank,
because we're teaching you to apply for things that don't report to your personal on the business side.
Exactly.
So you're right.
Yeah, Capital One Spark. Just keep that in mind. Capital One Spark, TD, all the TD Bank cards, all the TD Bank business cards.
The majority,
yeah, the majority of them, and the Discover cards. Those cards definitely do not apply for them if you are going to personally guarantee. They will show up on your personal credit report. Please keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. But with personally guaranteeing, like you said, you're basically like a cosigner, right? If you go in a cosign for a car for your aunt, your uncle, that if they don't pay, those payments fall back on you. So just like with personally guaranteeing with business, you're personally guaranteeing, you're co-signing for your business. So if your business is not able to make those payments, then guess what? They're going to come for you. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind because, you know, in this age and era that we're in, when it comes to everybody online talking about no PG, right? Non-PG building, business credit, non-PG building, using trade lines, net 30s, net 60s, net 90s. Yeah, it's cool if you want to use those to like surplus and what you're trying to get for like a actual business that you're running, whether it be a print shop or whether it be a actual mechanic or Airbnb. But you actually want to get cars that actually have limits that you can use cash.
Absolutely. And another thing I want to point out, right? So you are personally guaranteeing. So a lot of people, I've been seeing the comments, I've been seeing what a lot of people saying. Why are you telling people to apply for all this debt, right? Why are you telling people get all this? So there's good debt and there's bad debt. More than likely, during this process, you're always going to be able to get access to more capital than you have in your actual bank. You got to know how to leverage good debt and bad debt. Do not apply for something or take something you do not have the ability to pay back. The first plan of action in business is to have an actual business plan. That's the first plan of action.
Yep.
The reason why all you people are saying, why are you telling people apply for all this debt? Why people getting all this debt? Because you don't have a plan to pay it back. The plan is, and this is what the billionaires are doing, they're accessing capital all over the world to put into a business to scale because they have a plan where they're making millions and billions of dollars to pay back the money. So if I'm trying to scale my business, right, it's going to take me a long time to probably, or depending on who you are, it'll take me a while to actually make $100,000 in profit. But if I can get access to $100,000 in credit and put that into my business in a week or 2 or 3, that'll jump me leaps and bounds.
Yeah, 10x. It can definitely 10x your business for sure, right? But I think we should all look at this, right? When it comes to these businesses, we have to think about Apple, we have to think about Google, we have to think about Amazon. All these bigger corporations, they use debt on a everyday basis, right? Everything they do, they use debt. They have large lines of credit. They use that, right? They're able to use it to either put it into their new software or purchase out, whether it be material or merchandise or whatever it is, so that they can continuously grow their business, and that when the surplus of money starts to come in, they're able to pay that debt off and then use it again. And time and again, and it keeps growing, right? That's why big banks like Goldman, JP Morgan, Citadel, like those, like especially hedge funds, they'll fund those big corporations because they know that the money's going to come in anyway. So they'll provide them with lines of credit. They'll provide them with big business loans to do acquisitions or extra purchases, just because they know that the money's going to come in. Debt is a tool. Debt is a vehicle. Use it as such.
Absolutely. So there's different gurus that teach a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into some of that, right? So it's a lot of information going on the internet nowadays.
I knew this was coming.
How do we filter on what information we should follow, or what information is just people just trying to make money?
So, before we do that, I think we lightly touched over what the 100,000 that our mentee did, right? I want to get back to what you're saying.
Okay.
But the 100,000 that our mentee did, just to put into perspective for you guys, right? He was able to pay for our academy. He paid for our academy, and then 1 week after watching videos and everything, he actually took action and was able to fund the client over $100,000, charging them 10%. So
that's 10 grand.
That's what I say.
$10,000.
They got to do the math. They got to put that in the comments. Make sure y'all drop that in the comments.
Profit.
10,000 profit. Now imagine if you could do that still working a 9 to 5. You don't have to quit your job. You can do one client a month. You could do one client a month. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I was able to do so when I was at my job, right? So with doing so, I was able to help fund somebody and be able to make that type of money, right? So now if you can do the same and not having to quit your job, why not?
I thought I had to quit stripping, yo. Damn. I thought I had to quit stripping to get this going. So I could strip at night and go to the mentorship during the day. What time of the calls?
What was the other topic you was talking about? Because we're not gonna stay on this. What was the other topic you was talking about?
Credit card stacking, right?
No, that was not the topic.
Nah, so filtering fake gurus, and I'm gonna use the term gurus.
Right.
No, I'm never gonna do that. Filtering
I'm not
information to follow and information not to follow, right? Because everybody got a course, everybody got a mentorship, everybody got a program, right?
Yeah.
This is the age we live in. How do you filter who to follow and what not to follow? Like, what are some of the signs? Like, if people look us up, why should we?
Right. Why should we go with these guys? Right. And I think that's good because we even me and you had this topic, right? We had a conversation about this the other day when we were I think we was watching ads or something like that, right? Or an ad popped up on the Instagram.
We was hating on people's ads.
Facts.
Yeah, that's what we was doing.
I'm not even gonna lie. We was hating on people's ads. But with watching it, like me and Brandon, we're two different buyers, right? So for me, I like to look at what a person, like if I see their ad, I like to look at the person and follow them for a little bit, right? I don't want to just look at them and be that jump buyer. I'm the person that will maybe look at their page for like a month. I'll put it in the best perspective. I'm like a chick.
Yeah.
When it comes to buying programs, I'm like a chick. I'm not even gonna lie. I check you out for like a month, maybe a month and a half, just to see that what you're actually saying and what you're actually doing, it actually makes sense. And even if I find the information, like you could be putting out something, but I find the information, but what you're saying is actually true, that for me instills even more of a reason why I should buy. But if I find information and then it's something that's completely different than what you're specifying, then, for me, I don't think I should be purchasing from that person. So for you, I know we were talking and you like the person that would be able to put money into something in themselves so that they can purchase. Is that
Say that one more time?
You like somebody that puts money into themselves, like as far as like whether it be if they're shooting content, if they're shooting it at some place that looks nice, that you're more of like a luxury buyer in a sense.
No, that's what you said the other day.
I did.
I'm not a luxury buyer. I don't even know what that meant. A luxury buyer.
You're a luxury buyer. You like the aesthetics.
That sounds like you saying I'm a gold digger.
You are.
Like,
it is.
I don't like that.
You got the gold right there on the shirt.
You do too.
No, mine is yellow. Yours is gold. Look, you see the gold?
Is gold.
No, yours is gold.
Yours is 18 karat. This is like 14 karat.
Anyways, what I'm saying is you are a luxury buyer. Is that what you like? Do you like to see a person with good aesthetics?
I'm just going by, with good aesthetics, yes. Yes, it has the pop. Yes. Yes, it has to pop out to me.
So
on initial, it has to pop out to me, yes.
So you're like the females that want to date the rich person.
Who doesn't want to date the rich person?
See,
what are you talking about? But what are you talking about? You make no sense. Who doesn't want to date the rich person?
So you are like a luxury buyer.
No.
I don't want to date the rich person.
Yes, you do.
All right. As
whether you become rich or not, regardless the end result, you want to date the rich person.
As a luxury buyer, what do you want to see in a person?
It's not the person. No, number one, all right, let's start there. First of all, it's the information I'm looking for. So let's lead to that, right?
Right.
So just to be successful, right, on the path to be successful, it's a formula that I found out. If you follow the formula, it'll work.
Was that number the 40K from Grant?
No. That's part of it. No, that's part of it. No, that is part of it.
All right.
Number one, the first thing is once you realize what you want to do,
make sure y'all check that out in the last episode. I just want to let y'all know that.
Nah, that's part of it.
He paid the 40K for Grant.
That's part of it.
All right, go ahead. My fault.
Once you realize what you want to do, get around the most successful people doing what you want to do.
Got you.
That's the first thing. Get around the most successful people doing what you want to do. Number two is get a mentor.
But how do you know that person is doing what you want to do? If they're just showing
you do have to do your research. Okay. I'm not saying, definitely do your research. Like he said, I 100% agree with that. Do your research on the person that you think is successful. Don't just take your word for it. Don't just watch your advertisement. Do your research. But get in the rooms with the most, and we've been doing that. Get in the rooms with the most successful people you can, because you're going to learn what they're doing and you can apply it to yourself. Number two, I would suggest get a mentor. So everybody needs a teacher, whether it's some form of fashion. That could be an academy, a program, a course, to get somebody to mentor you. And number three, put in the hard work.
Yep.
Those three things will work no matter what you do.
No matter what you
do.
All right, but I don't think you kind of answered it, right? I think you answered it.
I did,
but you answered it in a good way. In a sense.
What was the answer?
All right. When it comes to, and we'll just put it out there. When it comes to funding, if you see somebody put out information like, hey, I was able to get this, I was able to get that, I was able to get this from my client. Like, how would you kind of instill to a person that's looking at somebody that's doing that to be able to say, oh yeah, this person knows what he's doing. Just because he got an approval, that doesn't mean that he knows what he's doing. He could have tripped into some funding,
Yes.
but does he know how to execute it on all levels? So how can a person look into somebody? You get what I'm saying?
Now,
In that aspect.
not nowadays, I think the best thing to do, like you said, follow them and then follow the people they're around. Whether it's mentees, whether it's people in their circle.
That is true. That is true. Mentees definitely. I think we done that a couple times where we hit up people and something that we were interested in going with, just to say like, look, I'm interested in probably joining this program just to see like how was your experience, how did it come about for you, and other things like that, just so that you can kind of get a feel of what is actually going on inside of the program, right? As a lot of the mentors and gurus nowadays, what they say is their mentees can tell all the stories that they need to without them having to do anything. So, in a sense, that's what we want our mentees to do for us as well.
Absolutely.
So, if you look us up, or if you are interested in coming with us and you don't have any information more than what we already show or what we already tell you or what we already display, we got mentees online. You can definitely hit them up. You can go through our page. You'll see the mentees there. You can find them on Instagram. You can definitely hit them up, and trust me, they'll tell you the results are good. I'll tell you that.
And the goal is to be profitable, right? So number one, any program you invest in or anybody you invest in, find out what is my ROI on this investment, right? No matter what their program, mentorship, whatever costs, right? Whoever you invest in, any mentor, guru, whatever, what is going to be your ROI in the next 30 days, next 60 days, next 6 months, next year, right? That's how you gauge on if this is a solid investment for you. If I'm putting 5, 10, 20, 30 grand, 40 grand into somebody, how am I going to make my money back? And how am I going to make a profit? So we got to start gauging these numbers, right? Because a lot of people are dumping money into people and don't have no plan and don't know how they're going to make their money or anything. They're just hoping and dreaming, and we need to stop doing that. Because then next thing we're going to blame the person for not being able to get them to where they are, but we never had a plan.
Right. Yeah. Hopes and dreams ain't gonna make you no money. As hard as that is to say, hopes and dreams aren't gonna make you any money. Logical, analytical thinking, actually following steps. Sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Something that could have been working for multiple years, you just put a different spin on it, but it's the same thing. That could possibly be something that could potentially be your money maker. Right. Something that we've been learning a lot more about lately, buying businesses. Right. A lot of people, they wanna go ahead, start their own business, and we're in our communities. A lot of other investors are coming in and buying businesses that were already working, and then now we're upset because then now our communities are filled with nobody else but others than outside of our community. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like kind of understanding about just the metrics of what businesses are working. What boring businesses are working, right? Laundromats, car wash, they're boring because they don't have the illustrious, I'm going on vacation with my laundromat or going on vacation with my car wash, but the car wash and the laundromat could afford you that vacation if you buy them and they're making money. So I think that's something that as a community we should really start looking into, because other than just starting our business, there's other people out there already selling something that is already working. So for me, I think that just makes more sense.
No, absolutely. And I think it's just the lack of knowledge of knowing, how to advance or how to get to the next level. That's really what it is.
Right.
That's what we here for.
Right. Exactly. But other than that, man, what's going on? What else is going on in the world, man?
I was just watching all these rappers and NBA players get in trouble.
I had a feeling that top was going to come up.
When I turn on my phone, that's what I be seeing sometimes, man.
I thought you don't check your phone.
What you mean you thought I'll check my phone? I don't check my phone.
Okay. Anyways, so who?
I don't watch TMZ all day like you. If that's what you talk about,
first of all,
I don't watch TMZ all day.
I don't watch TMZ. It's Hollywood Unlocked, bro.
Okay, yeah, I don't watch Hollywood Unlocked all day.
I don't be on there all day. I hit a 5-minute segment.
Yeah. No, you definitely do.
But other than that, so you're alluding to the whole Ja Morant thing, right?
Not just that exactly. It's just I don't know. I'm not in a position, so I can't really gauge. But
right.
It's just I'm never gonna understand how these guys get rich and then want to do stuff that we do when we don't have money.
Right.
I don't get it, and I'm not in that position, so I don't understand. I can understand it from maybe like a psychological standpoint. It's like the fear of missing out. What I see
Yeah.
is like their whole lives they were probably coddled and had a good, but
Good
now
upbringing.
when they got money, they want to
Right.
do what they want or experience things they never experienced.
Exactly.
So I could probably see it from that standpoint, but I don't get it. Still.
But I mean, that's not only with basketball players though. This happens with artists too.
Yeah,
Right.
all of
So like, I mean, just even some R&B artists nowadays, like they've been, they came up from a good home or they weren't in a good home, but now that they made it, now they want to start getting into the whole gang culture or whatever else it is, because now to them it's like, yo, I need to be a part of that so that I can be bigger, or I can have somebody behind me so I don't got to worry about anybody, being up under me and things of that nature. So I think that's what's starting to happen with NBA players, because it's not only Ja. There's other NBA players that are out there that are starting to move in that type of way, right? Jordan Clarkson, for instance, he was one of them too. He tatted up like it's no tomorrow, and before, when he came into the NBA league, none of that was there. He was not throwing up no signs or nothing like that during the games or nothing like that. But now to this day, now he is. So it's like how, and I think this is a good lesson for just individuals, just in general, just because now they're at the top of their peak when it comes to money, right? So a lot of people equate money to happiness, right? Having a lot of money comes to happiness. At what point do you say like you're having too much money that is equating to the happiness? You get what I'm saying?
I don't think it's having too much money. I think it's just not having a purpose and a vision of what you really want to do. So,
Right.
like when you understand business, once you understand business and have a goal, all that stuff that these guys are doing, they wouldn't be doing if they had a goal business wise, right?
Right.
So if I got 200 million and I'm John Morant, why am I putting up guns because business wise, I would think, you know what? I want to invest in these companies, so doing stuff like this, or I want to make these type of investments or get in partnerships with these guys, so I'm not doing this. They're not even thinking like that. So that's the thing. They're not business minded or business savvy in the world yet, where they realize the consequences of my actions will stop me from doing this or making $1 billion.
Exactly.
200 million, they think that, oh, I'm set. But you should be focusing on making $1 billion, or not even just making the money, being, I don't want to say role model, because a lot of people don't care about being role models, or building a community or foundation for everybody else.
Correct.
So now what you're showing, basically, he already know he did something stupid. He following people that's broken in him.
Yeah.
Thinking it's cool. So it's a cultural thing that I think they have to set the culture. They're following the culture instead of setting the culture.
Yeah. And I mean, and just like you said, right, the investments aspect. I was reading something the other day just about Jay-Z, right? And about, everything with music that's going on right now. Artists not having their independence, their IPs, things like that. But at one point, I think it was 2008, that Jay-Z actually gave up a lot of his IP when it came to
What's IP? What's IP? I don't know
intellectual
IPs.
property,
Okay.
right? So
What's
his
it?
intellectual
I don't know
property,
that.
basically, his how he raps, how he speaks, what type of beat and cadence he has inside of his music. Those things are important to a lot of artists. So in 2008, he gave up some of his intellectual property to be able to get a 360 deal. Now, with 360 deals, that's an all-around deal. You have to make a certain amount of albums. They take a certain amount of percentage, and you receive the lesser end. But with his 360 deal, he was able to throw in $200 million inside of his 360 deal for just investments alone. Like he had I think it was a $800 million 360 deal, but inside of that 800 million, 200 million went towards him investing and using Marcy Capital Equities, I think that's what it's called, or Marcy Capital Ventures or something like that. And he was able to take that 200, invest into Uber, Tidal, and a bunch of other places.
But then people would say Jay-Z's not relevant. He old. He this. He that. People would say
he's
things
a
like
billionaire
that.
now.
But this is my point. This is what culture say. Like, he doesn't matter.
So you culture right now.
I'm just giving you their point of view. NBA YoungBoy matters. Jay-Z don't matter, bro.
But that's like
Jay-Z don't matter. NBA
I don't even
YoungBoy
understand
matter.
that and it's crazy because Jay-Z came from that world, right? As everybody allegedly, right? We're gonna put allegedly. Allegedly, he came from that world that Ja Morant is trying to go into, or allegedly trying to go into, or is in. Nobody knows at this point. But he came from that world, and now he's a billionaire making investments and things like that.
Only Lil Durk matters,
country.
bro.
Huh?
Only Lil Durk matters, bro. Jay-Z don't matter. Okay.
So NBA YoungBoy, Lil Durk. Who else? Because you coming off with the names now.
It's a few of them. Kodak.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
These
Jay-Z
don't matter.
These are your
bro.
people that you listen to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Kodak.
Jay-Z don't matter, bro.
All right. Got you.
But that's what the culture would say. That's what the culture would say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're right. But I think as NBA players, right? Kevin Durant is doing it. LeBron, Anthony Davis, a couple of the big NBA players now, inside of their deals, they're throwing in that, I need this amount of money so that I can make investments.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's no longer just about them getting paid. It's about them getting, that money to get investments, them donating to charity. I think I was watching something, I think it was like 2 days ago with Giannis. Giannis has his own charity now that he's pouring back into people, and a part of his salary that he receives goes into the charity.
Yeah, Kevin Durant got a lot of investments too.
He does.
Yeah, Kevin Durant got a lot of
investments. He does. So like I think that's the part that needs to be said, right? When it comes to, we're talking about role models, right? We're always talking about role models. We want somebody to look up to. We want somebody that can mentor us, right? Obviously, Kevin Durant can't be your mentor, but he can be a person that you look up to. You can read what he's done. You can read a lot of the investments that he's done.
So we was having a conversation about this too, right? And I agree with the point. So for kids, yes, those need to be, people to look up to as far as success. Not even for kids, right? Everybody needs a role model, but I think people should start looking at role models that's closer and being able to touch, right? So these guys are bigger than life. You're not going to be able to touch them. More than likely, most 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 people, you're not going to be able to see them. You're not going to be able to touch them. You're not going to be able to do anything.
Right.
I think people need to start looking for role models that's closer to home, that you're able to speak to, you're able to touch, you're able to get some information from. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at people on TV, and they're probably not the person you think they are anyway.
But we're not cool enough. We're not cool enough. Think about it. They're not looking at us because we're not cool enough.
We need to get cool.
We gotta get cool.
You're right.
Bro.
I just figured it out. We're not cool enough.
Yeah, we're not cool enough, guys.
I'm not cool enough to be your role model.
I'm not cool enough to be your role model. I'm sorry. I just want to blatantly put that out there. I am sorry that I'm not cool enough. But
we need to get cool.
I think that's really what it is, because if they're looking at, like I said, Kevin Durant, because that's who they want to be. They're looking at
what happened? Jay-Z. They're looking at Kendrick. They're looking at J. Cole. Right?
Bro, they're not looking at them. They're looking at Lil Durk.
They're looking at Lil Durk, NBA YoungBoy. Now, you said Kodak. No, try to who else me now. You know all the artists.
Yes.
They're looking at them and not us, because they don't care about what we're doing. They see the jewelry. They see the cars. They see the women. They see the money. That's what they want. They don't want to be able to go out, grind, do the hustle. And I think that goes back to our last episode, that a lot of these people, they don't want to hustle anymore. They don't have no hustle in them. So how we expect it for them to, for majority of the population to want to have a mentor when they don't even want to hustle for themselves? We got to look cool.
Here's the question. We got to look cool.
Yeah. I think look cool. I think we'll get there for sure, to looking cool, right? Because I don't think that's on top of my list right now. But I'll eventually move that up at some point. I'll move that up at some point. It's definitely funding clients, mentees definitely at the top, and all other stuff in between. So, cool is going to get there, but right now, it ain't there.
Gotcha.
Well, eventually I get that merch, though. You made me look cool in that.
Yes, you definitely look cool with some merch.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's not the celebrity, right? It's not the people you look up to. We need to get to know the behind the scenes people.
Right.
So, not saying that they don't, but Kevin Durant, Jay-Z, LeBron, they're most of the time not the financial geniuses. It's the lawyers, the team behind Maverick, people like Maverick Carter, his team. Those are the people that are the geniuses. So we need to start to know who's putting these deals together. Who are the lawyers? You need to know who's the lawyer that put that person's deal together.
Facts.
That's the genius. Who's the person, the COO, or who's the financial strategist or the financial planner behind this person? You need to know those people.
Right.
So, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. They're trying to meet the celebrity. The celebrity probably don't know much. He know a lot, but he don't know much. He probably gonna say, "Yo, speak to this person."
He don't.
He don't know how to put the deal together. He don't know how to put this over there to put that over there. He don't be knowing that.
But he
trusts people.
And you just went to a conference in regards to business buying and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Can you break that down? Break down how the conference was and kind of what you learned.
It was incredible.
And what
I learned
the
a lot.
Name. What was it Deal Maker?
Yeah, like Deal Maker. My guy.
You forgot his name.
Carl Allen. My guy Carl Allen. Shout out to Carl Allen.
Uh-huh.
So yes, he's big in buying businesses. Teaches people how to buy businesses, scale businesses, all different types of ways, right?
Who else was there?
So
Carl Allen.
There's a lot of people. Pace Morby.
Okay.
You know, our peoples. Prada, Keston,
Abraham.
Maurice,
Abraham. Got you.
Abraham Gray, yeah. There's some great people, some great businessmen. And they were showing us a lot of people on how to buy businesses.
Right.
And it's a lot, it's just with scaling businesses, right? I learned a lot about scaling, like just having a team around you, having your marketing, your operations, sales team, putting the things in place, the people in place behind the scenes. It's what's going to carry you to where you need to go.
So structure.
A lot about structure.
I think, and that's the reason why I asked you, because I knew you would have brought it up. Because this is a conversation we were just having literally not too long ago, maybe like a day ago. And it was in regards to the structure, right? Because, and just being transparent, like when we started our company, right, we obviously structured our business, our entity, everything correctly. But now when it comes to actually structuring the business, this was something that's important, right? At some point, having an operations manager, having a chief financial officer, having the marketing officer, right? Obviously, you're going to get there, but you have to put the positions in place so that when you get those overseeing people, that they have departments to actually run, right? So I know we were talking about structure and how it can really exponentially grow your business opposed to helping you mosey along, right? So how can you, as a business owner, now structure your business properly when it comes to wanting to make $1 million for the year, or even 500, 100,000 for a year?
So 2 things we got to recognize out the gate, right? What do you want to be, an owner operator, owner investor?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us just naturally start out as owner operators. We're currently owner operators, right? That's a person working in the business and working on the business at the same time, right? An owner investor now will go in and say I got some funding, right? Because we get you guys funding. We get you guys $500,000. So say we get you guys $500,000. I'm going to go in and just buy a field that I already know. I'm just going to go in and buy a business that's already operating. I may put a few things in place to have it running, but I'm coming in as an investor. I'm not coming in to work and build things up. I'm coming in to oversee, get the structure right, and have it operate and scale. A lot of us, like me and Tevin started this from scratch. So naturally, we're owner operators.
Yep.
But we want to scale to be owner investors. So we don't want to work in our business for the next 10 years. No, we're going to scale, put things in place. So now we can just oversee and have it operate and scale on its own by putting all the processes in place. So we will transition into owner investors. So 2 things you need to recognize: are you want to be an owner operator or owner investor? A lot of people, if you love your business, you love what you do, or you want to be hands-on, that's owner operator,
right?
Which is fine. But you can only scale but so high by being an owner operator. Eventually, to scale to a certain limit, you have to start divulging these tasks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, delegation.
Start
for sure
delegating
is key.
these tasks.
Delegation for sure is key. But we're definitely we're gonna touch on that probably in the next episode a little bit more. Listen, y'all, this is definitely a great episode, right? Go ahead, check us out, subscribe, hit the button below, the ring, whatever the thing is, the bell. Y'all know what it is.
Hit the bell below, subscribe, give us a like,
comment,
thumbs up,
share,
comment, share to everybody that needs to scale, build their business, and get some funding. This is Brandon, the provider.
This is Tevin Facey, the Fun and Poppy.
This is the Millionaire Essentials podcast. See you soon.
Peace.